What do you mean you're sorry? Thank you. Hey, I want to say something, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But don't matter, okay?
I can't say that.
You probably mad, okay?
Okay.
You probably mad. What about the red line? What's it mean for
The
you?
red lion?
Yeah, it's so mean a lot.
It's my family crest.
Family crest.
Yes. My father's side comes from Europe,
Europe.
Spain,
Okay. Yeah.
and the Europeans had
European. Yeah.
crest,
No.
family crest. So my great grandfather was the Duke of Torrellissimo, and so we have the family crest is a red lion.
Red line.
So whenever we go to battle, we would fly our flags, and on the flags would be the lion standing up like that. And the lion means that we defend the throne. We're the family Serrano, or the
Okay.
defenders of the throne.
Okay. So the logo you have is you make the logo or it's from your family?
Mm-hmm.
From your family?
Mm-hmm. From my family crest.
I know, but why you don't put a lot of hair on the line?
Because
There's no hair.
It doesn't have a lot of hair. That's the way the emblem is. I didn't make it, I could jazz it up and make it something different, but it wouldn't be my family crest then.
No. It's the red line. When I first time see, I said, okay, red line. If you have a red hair, that is powerful, right? Red hair line, right? Line have hair. Every
Yes.
line have hair,
Yeah.
but this line is ready to cook, right? It's no skin.
That's funny.
It's bloody.
That's funny. No, I guess I can see your point, but we have to remember this crest was made like 1,000 years ago,
What?
so it wasn't up to me. This was just handed down to me.
Oh, really? That you can see the muscle.
Uh-huh.
How about you put some skin on, like some warm blanket?
I don't have a complaint about that, or the family may raise an issue behind it. I don't know, maybe not. I do know that was lost to me for a while.
What's lost?
Well, when my father explained all this stuff to me, it was very difficult for me to accept because he contradicted everything he taught me. He taught me about honor, integrity,
Yeah.
and respect,
Yeah.
and he was a liar and a cheat.
Oh,
Yes.
he said, you tell me this, but you're not the person.
But he's not that person.
So
right.
I understand.
So, so it was the concept, the idea was lost to me, because how can you say this but you're that?
Yeah.
So it took me a while to get to understand that every person chooses their path in life,
Yes.
and
Yes.
unless you've been through the same thing that they've been through, you have no right to speak on
You're
that.
right. Yes.
So I had to learn that before I could forgive my father for being the man that he was, or is, he's still alive, and realize that the idea of the crest was something to make our family better. So it's like religion. Religion doesn't mean you're better. It's a way to make yourself better. So that's the same thing.
You're right.
Like in Japan, Bushido. Bushido, if you follow Bushido, it doesn't mean you're a good person. It means that you have a path to become a better person. So that was the same thing with my family crest. My family crest was about honor, integrity, and power. So the honor I had to make for myself. The integrity I had to make for myself. This is not something your mother and father hands down to you. They can teach you what it means, but it's up for you to find it for yourself. And that's what I had to do.
I got you. Kind of like a Chan, like a Buddha. Share my wisdom. I share what I know, my knowledge, and you are your master. I'm not your master, and you filter in your hand, in your own hand.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, that's absolutely right. So when the Buddha was underneath the tree
Yeah.
to gain his wisdom,
Yeah.
the demon rose up before him and said, what gives you the right to speak the way you speak? And what did the Buddha do? He pointed to the earth. And that was to tell the demon, I'm a creature of this. You're a creature of that. You have no right to talk to me the way you talk to me. So what that means is, my understanding is that if I play the guitar and you play the drums, I cannot come and tell you how to play the drums because I don't play the drums.
You're right.
So when people will always try to tell you how to live your life, even though they don't have no idea about you.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
You talk up slowly. You know, I'm Chinese. So when I go through my tough life with my daughter, you know, my American friend and agriculture friend, they just be with me and sometimes go visit me and just, you know, but they never tell me what to do. But all, like, a lot of my Chinese friends, doesn't matter if it's a little bit of friend or far friend or very close friend or family friend, everybody want to tell me what to do. Everybody, I said, I have a doctor. I don't want to listen to you. I only listen to my doctor. If you want to be doctor, go to school first. Then you talk to me. Nobody listen because it's so noisy, so much noise. That is my culture, the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, like probably every Chinese, including me. I learned that. Try to be shut up.
Well, I find that when people try to tell you what to do, it's not that they're trying to tell you what to do, it's that they're trying to convince themselves what to do.
Yeah, okay.
So, you know.
Well, if like that, probably we understandable, right?
Yes.
We can forgive them.
Yes. People say, well, let me live your life because I don't know how to live mine.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe you should take 5 minutes for yourself.
Yeah.
Have a conversation with yourself and decide what's important to you.
Okay.
That's terrifying to people. People would rather be judgmental or critical as opposed to sit back and go, why am I doing this? Why am I attacking this person this way? What is lacking within me that makes me go after them? So oftentimes, when a person is loud, they're showing you their weakness.
Oh, you're right.
Didn't your mother hug you? And what? Why are you talking about my mother? You just took them out of their game and put them someplace else they're not used to.
You need a hug, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I think you need a hug.
Maybe you just need a hug. Maybe that's it, you know?
Yeah.
You need a hug, I'll give you a hug. And they'll look at you like, what is wrong with you? And I find that oftentimes when you take something out of its situation and put it in a different situation, you get a totally different reaction. You know? So it's like you light a match and you stick it in water, the match isn't on fire anymore.
You're right.
So it's the same thing in a conversation.
Right. I make them think a little bit.
Yes.
And then,
and then switch it up.
Yes.
And then go, well, what's wrong? Why are you upset?
Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Next time when people make me angry, I will say that.
Yeah.
I usually punch back.
But okay.
All my friends, I grew up with guys, and my guy friend more than girlfriend. Okay. I have some girlfriend, but I have to be very strong girlfriend.
Okay.
So more is a guy friend. Almost everybody are fighting. Almost everybody. My husband said, if you're not fighting with Meiqi, you're not a true friend with her.
So you fight with your friends. You like a confrontation.
Yeah, like fighting. It doesn't matter what. If not same in the same, and if I think this way, and people think that way, I always. So I don't know how to. So now it's pretty good now. Only in the 2 years after I started writing my book, probably, it's getting better there. But before it's much worse. When my friend angry for like 10 days not talk to me, he just stay home and sleep and just almost die. He just feel really, really hurtful and sick. When my friend is
what did you do to him?
Huh?
What did you do to him?
So I have before when I come to Minneapolis, I have I try to do some business. I have a friend, they send it to me how much item from China. So I have like a lot, like about maybe $20,000 item stuff. And his friend, so my friend's friend, kind of like Jim, is you. I from Jim and not you, and then we become friend.
Yeah.
Then you start talk about the business with me,
Okay.
and I think you can help me to do this. We can share the money. I said sure. Well, let them go. Let those stuff and bring us go. And then I asked Jim, do you know this guy very well? How long you know? He said 10 years. But he lied. He don't know what's going on here. He said, we're good friend. We know him 10 years, but not 10 years. Only one thing lie. And so this guy take my stuff and gone. We never see him again. And I asked him, you said, you tell me you know 10 years. Actually, only like 1 year, probably. And I started to think about he and him both not good. And I started angry him. I said, you know, you a liar, and I have a pretty sharp mouth. And he just really bad and just feel hurtful. Yeah, we don't broken the relationship, you know. I don't broken the relationship. But to fix the relationship, we have to wait another 7 years to make the relationship become where we're at.
Okay.
As a friend. So one day his mother, he go back to China. His mother is sick, and I'm in China too. I go to China see him, and he said, he gave me some money, like pretty big money here, like 10,000 RMB. He said, here is that money from the guy, okay? I pay you offered. You make me very happy to see my mother. I said, okay, I just forgot a long time ago, we don't need to do this. He said, you take this, okay? You take a little bit of money, make me feel better, and we become like brother and sister again. I said, okay, if you said that, I take it. But after that, I just feel close again. Feel, okay, he's the person who probably don't know anything about this, too much about it. It's not his fault.
Right.
But I grow. And now I just feel I love him more, you know, like my brother.
Well, I think sometimes you got to go through hard times in order to realize how much someone means something to you.
Yes.
So I think that'll either make or break a relationship. So it'll either get stronger or it'll end.
Yeah, we got stronger.
Yeah, and
that's
a beautiful thing. I think that friendship should never be taken for granted. Friendship is earned every day.
Yes, yes.
So I never, so like for instance, I talk to Jimmy almost every day. And I say, hey Pop, he goes, hi Dad. And I go, how you doing, brother? And you know, so it's a positive thing. And then when we end it, we go love, to show love for each other. That will always make a relationship bloom.
Yeah, you're right. We grow. So in that time, I'm pretty low that time because I angry him because him. And he's pretty low too because he lie. Why you lie? But he want to speak bigger than that. And I'm very easy to believe in that. So after that, I yell him all the time. Every time when I see, even he talk to other people, he talk more than is really are. And I just talk to him right away and just say, you know. And no, he's a totally different person. Very grounded now. And he's a Christian, very strong Christian. And I think now he's like a totally different person. Totally different person.
Okay.
And that long ago,
good or bad?
Good.
Good. Okay.
Good. Great.
Okay.
He's a great brother now. Now I have look him up, but before we kind of really, whoa, this is 10 years grow so much. Yeah.
And that's maturity.
Yes.
That's all that is. So I think that if we remember that we tend to do bad before we do good, that we make a mistake before we do something right, I think if we remember that, we'll be less angry at people.
You're right.
You
You're right.
know?
You're right.
Sometimes we have expectations, and those expectations hurt us.
Yes.
So, for instance, the Buddha says, the nature of suffering is not being able to accept something for what it is rather than what you want it to be. This is the nature of suffering. So, if you have a friend and your friend doesn't, in your eyes, act right, whose fault is that?
Now I think my fault.
Absolutely.
Before I think them's
No,
fault.
and that's because your mind was closed before.
Yeah.
Now that your mind opens up, you go, you know what? That was my fault.
Yeah.
Because when he told me that he knew this person for 10 years, I didn't check up on him. I just took his word for it. That's on me. Now, the fact that he lied to me, that's on him. The lie is on him. But the fact that I accepted it without checking out for myself, that's on me. So once we start accepting personal responsibility, then we start realizing, wow, I got to stop blaming everyone else for the things that I do. You know, so that's hard. That's very hard for people. So a perfect example of that is when someone does something bad and they go, the devil made me do it. What? The devil don't have that kind of power. What are you talking about? There's no devil that can make you do something.
Right.
You have your own free will.
Oh, free will, yes.
I mean, unless you live in a government that, you know, tells you when to eat, when to sleep, and all that other good stuff, you can do pretty much what you want to do as long as you're not breaking the laws. So we often tend to blame everyone else for the things that happens to us.
Yeah.
A perfect example, if I may, now, promise not to get mad at me.
No, I never mad. I laugh. Say.
We'll see.
Yeah.
An example is, you said, he made me mad. No one can make you mad. You made yourself mad. He may have done something to incite the feeling, but you adopted the feeling. You took that feeling onto yourself.
Yeah.
And I don't mean you, I mean me, anybody. When you get angry, it's because you got angry. It's not because no one can make you do or feel anything. You just accepted that information that they gave you, and you let it manipulate your mind and your emotions.
To eat you.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Mm-hmm. So once we learn to control that, we master ourselves. And this is any true master of the arts will tell you, to master the art, you have to master yourself. Because that's what it's all about. Learning yourself, understanding yourself. I tell people.
Oh, this is what you talk about. This can broken the circle. Like, for example, like a mother has bad life about marriage, and usually the daughter have bad life have marriage, and they go, you know, for the family tree, but if you know this, you can broken that circle.
Yes, absolutely right.
And then your children
will have your circle, not the other circle.
Right.
Yes.
That's absolutely what I'm doing now. Now my family is in the love. Every day we laugh. We have a hard time, but we laugh.
Good.
But I grew up with angry family, fighting all the time. I broken the circle.
Very
right?
good. Very good. Outstanding. Go on, girl. That's what I'm talking about. So this is a sign of true humanity. This is a sign of true maturity. So let me ask you this simple question. I'm going to give you 3 things. You tell me which one is more important. Knowledge, wisdom, or understanding?
Understanding and truth.
She's good. She's good. You're right.
All right?
Understanding is, because what is knowledge without understanding?
Yes.
What is wisdom without understanding? You
Right.
don't have wisdom. That's foolishness.
Yes.
So you would be surprised how many people do not get that. They're like, oh, knowledge is everything. Knowledge is the key to power. No, it's not. Knowledge is the key to destruction. It's not the key to power.
Yes.
Understanding is the key to authority.
Yeah.
You know, so I dropped out of junior high school, right?
Yeah.
7th grade,
Yeah.
right? How many people come to me for advice? I cannot tell you. Because they say, "Oh, Saran, can I talk to you? Why do you want to talk to me?" Well, because you have understanding.
Yeah, you understand.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
So, and that comes from being open, being vulnerable, letting yourself be wrong, listening to someone and going, wow, that's a perspective I never seen before. I need to look at it that way. And just to see, it may not be right for my whole life, but it may be right for a portion of my life. We are so stuck up with being right that we will forsake anything so we're not wrong. You know, and that's your ego getting in the way. Now, as you said you was Buddhist at one time, no?
Not
Did you
really.
practice Buddhism?
Not really. I question everything.
Oh, very good. Very good. That's excellent. That's what you're supposed to do. That's why you have a mind.
2014, Dalai Lama come to here.
Yes.
In Minneapolis.
Yes.
I asked him. I said, "What's the relationship between God and Buddha?" The people, everybody laugh at me.
They laughed.
But he, no laugh. He
No.
said, "This is a great question."
Yes.
Okay, he answered this question like 20 minutes. I got great. He gave me a book. He said, "This book is from blah blah blah," and he said, "Don't read the number 9, chapter number 9, because even I have a really hard time to understand the number 9. After you read all, and one day you understanding more, you in the level, then you open the number 9 and look at that." So because that's very dangerous. He talked to, you can find it on Google, in YouTube. So I take the book, I go home and read the number 9. You don't say anything, I probably don't read. If you said don't, I will, right?
That may be why he told you no.
Yeah, I think it's like a secret. You should read the number 9. I think he wanted me to read the number 9. So I read the number 9, I got the answer. One day, maybe he, I don't know, is it wrong or not. I got that. That's what I think usually.
Well, I find that to often be the case when someone tells you not to do something, they're kind of telling you to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm slowly like that.
I know, that's very weird with people. But like in answer to your question, if I may, the relationship between Buddha and God is very simple. Buddha, and forgive me if you already know this, but Buddha, it just means enlightened.
Buddha is what?
Enlightened. You have knowledge. Enlightened.
Yeah.
You're enlightened.
Yeah.
So a lot of people think Buddha is God. You
No.
know, so and I tell people that, I go, no.
No,
And that's like
that.
they turn around and it's like, oh, you shouldn't do that. Karma's going to come back and bite you. What? No, that's not how karma works.
Before I ask the question, I think the same thing.
Yes.
So that's why I don't. If Buddha is God, what God is. So
the relationship between Buddha and God is simple. It's the same relationship between you and God.
right, you're right.
So
What we said, you call God is the creator, right?
the creator, yes.
Same. So God only one. He created everything. Buddha is a human, become a Buddha. And today's Buddha is yesterday's human. Yesterday's human. Today's human become tomorrow's
Buddha,
Yeah.
absolutely. So anyone can become Buddha.
Yes.
All it is enlightenment.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yes.
But people want to deify things. They want to make things bigger than what
Bigger
they
than
are.
that. Yes.
So once again, ego. Once we could put our egos down, we won't feel the need to go, oh, that person is dressed like a bum. Oh, that person don't got money. Oh, that person don't have a nice car.
Right.
It's like,
You
really?
judge, yeah. There's so many levels.
Yeah, and that's superficial.
But all same actually.
Yes.
So especially my culture, people need to understand this because my culture has a big problem today, and everybody go to money, and yeah.
That is so
dangerous.
weird.
Yes.
Because the China I grew up with, and I didn't grow up in China, but studying Kung Fu, the China I grew up with, I read like Lao Tzu, Confucius,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yes.
I grew up with this sense of Shaolin harmony, you know. So, and then when I started seeing Chinese people act capitalist, I was like, what is going on?
Right. You're
I
right.
was like, I didn't get that at all.
Right.
So it
Got
was,
you. Yeah. We have a big problem now.
yeah, yeah.
We lost the root.
I didn't want to say it. I'm glad you said it.
Well, yes.
But you know, one of the things I noticed is that China, being as old as it is, what, 6,000, almost 6,000 years old?
Yes.
Right? They're the grandfather. You know, now you have Africa, older, they're the great grandfather. America, it's a little baby. We're only 400 years old. We're a little baby compared to the rest of the world. So when I talk to my American friends, I tell them, you act the way you act because we are still immature as a country. You know, England is 2,000 years old.
Yes.
Italy is 3,500 years old,
Yes.
3,600 years old. You know, so you get that time difference that allows. That's like saying, you know, I'm not even going to say your age. Oh, say my age, all right? So in my 50s, I didn't think like I did when I was 25. No one does.
Yes.
And America, when America was 10, 20, 30 years old, we had slaves.
Yes.
We drove the original American into little pockets of land and called them reservations, and had the nerve to take away their names and take away their language and take away their religion
Right,
and go,
yeah.
here, this is what you are now.
Yes.
And that's what a child does.
Yes.
A child goes into a new playground and bullies people
Yes.
until he can get his way because he's afraid
Yes.
and he doesn't want to get bullied.
Yes.
So, and this is why I try to explain our politics to people. We're young, we're still learning, we have a lot to go through, and unlike other countries, we cursed with technology. Other countries, like my mother's people are called Tainos, Borinquens. Americans call them Puerto Ricans. That culture is over 2,500 years old.
Wow.
So we have a notion of ourselves. So one of the things I found very interesting is that the older the culture is, the more likely you have a woman running it. My culture, women ran the culture until Spain came and said, nope, nope, men run the culture. This is the way it goes.
Yeah.
One of the greatest empresses of China.
No, China also in the one time like
Right?
long ago.
Yes,
which
yes,
is
right?
In the beginning, yes.
But then the men took over
Yeah.
because the men were stronger and
Yeah.
do what I say or I'll hit you, you know, and all this other good stuff. So very brutal. But wherever you have women running things, there's a lot more harmony.
Yeah.
My people, we were called Borinquens. In the Arawak language, it means land of the brave lord. And when we fought with sticks because we didn't want to cut and kill. Flash over to Japan, you got people with swords chopping people up.
Yeah.
Go over to Spain, you got swords chopping
yes,
people up.
Yes, yes.
So you have this mindset of men, we're destructive. We're very destructive. I think part of that has to do with the fact that in prehistoric times, men were afraid of women because women can have children.
Yeah.
That's terrifying to a man. That's absolutely terrifying. A woman can bleed for 7 days
Yeah.
and not die.
Yeah.
That's impossible for a man.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that women have intrinsically in them that terrifies men. Now, that's only to the man that doesn't recognize he himself is part woman. If you look at genetics, you have X and Y.
Yeah.
The man has X and Y.
Yes.
The woman doesn't. The woman has a Y.
Yeah.
No, an X.
X. Yeah.
Right? So that's it. But the man has YX. He has to, because if he doesn't, he's a little bit.
Oh, we go back to the beginning when you come here. You said.
Know the male, but keep the female.
Oh, that's what you said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is the understanding within ourselves that we have part female in us. And we have to, otherwise we'd be animals.
Yes.
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 Because the woman nurtures, man conquers. That is the same for us in regard to our maturity as human beings. As men, we become more sensitive as we get older. That's because we become physically weaker.
Yes.
You take away the power of the arm, all you have left is the power of the mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Women are not born with the advantage of brute strength.
Yes.
So they nurture the internal. But there's an old saying, behind the throne, there's the power of the queen. And the queen is the one that keeps the king leveled.
Very important.
Yeah, because the king wants to go to war.
Yeah.
Let's fight.
You're right.
Fight.
You're right. Yes.
In 400 years that America has been alive, we may have had 50 straight years of peace. Maybe. We've been at war since we were born.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
That's
China
terrible.
also are fighting, always fighting. 200 years.
Yeah.
Every 100 years fighting one time.
Yeah. I mean, but China has wars. I mean, when they go to war, it's you have first the population is huge. It's like one of the beautiful things I love about China is when China was conquered by Kublai Khan, the Mongols. The Mongols conquered all of China.
Yes.
But China took it back, not by force of arms, but by culture. They usurped the Mongols, and the Mongols became part of Chinese culture. That is a beautiful way to fight a war.
Well, now it's happening again. You know that?
How's that?
And so in Mongolia now, they have their own language and they have their own, and book and school to learn their own. Now they take away, just this year.
Really?
They take away, and a lot of people mad. And
Wow.
so the children, if you don't learn that, how to talk to grandpa, but now it's kind of, it's same thing happening again.
Wow.
But I don't know that's good or not.
Well, I think every time you subjugate a people, okay, so if this was soda, if this was that bottle, and I did this, what would happen?
Bubbles.
But the bubbles is what? Is gas.
Yeah.
And when you pop it open,
It's gone. It's gone.
yeah, but it makes a sound, right?
Yeah.
That's the gas escaping. But if you shake it too much and open it,
Yeah.
it spills all over the place.
Yeah.
That is the same thing that happens to people when you tell them, no, you can't do that anymore. So if China is taking away Mongolia's right to read and learn and all that stuff, Mongolia is going to build resentment and anger.
Anger.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like.
That'll be the bottle exploding. Well, I just think that if we could find a way to treat each other how we want to be treated, then we'd be in a good place. If
People ever learn that? No.
I think they learn it, they just ignore it. I think everyone knows. But, the greatest motivator we have is fear. Fear is the greatest motivator we have. It can make you run faster, jump higher. It can make you do things that you never thought you could do before.
Yeah.
But it also locks you up in a state of mind that will have you not give another person a chance. It'll make you prejudiced. It'll make you look at someone and go, oh, this person, even though you never talk to them, oh, this person's like this, because they got eyes that scare me. Or the way they talk, I don't understand it. So it's unknown to me. So I'm afraid of that.
You are too nice to think this way. I think in this world, some people born in evil, some people born in angel, but most of the people born in like in the gray color. But you agree that why some people do really, really, really bad, like no reason to kill people in the, like.
Well, those people, I think, usually suffer some type of mental defect. I think that they either have some kind of bipolar disease or schizophrenia. So they have some kind of mental problem going on in their brain. There's a chemical imbalance in their brain.
But some people look, they live in so many years. Nobody know he's dangerous.
There are some people that are genuinely dark. There are some people that are just dark, like
That's
like
what
inside
I say. Some people born in dark side.
That very well may be the case. I don't know all of humanity to be able to speak on that. I can only watch the actions. And then sometimes we have to realize what's dark for us might be light for them.
Oh, that's true.
So it's all about perspective. So
yeah, we don't really know what really happened in their life.
Exactly
how
right.
they grow up, how other people treating him or her.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we
don't know.
That's like if you see a person steal an apple, are they a thief? What if they're going to feed their hungry family? Are they still a thief?
You're right.
So we have to understand the whole situation before we can have any type of real conviction on it.
So this word need a lot of psychology people to learn.
I think psychology less, philosophy more, because philosophy goes, but what if? Psychology goes, no, this. It's too quick to put a pin in it.
Yeah.
Where philosophy will go, well, perhaps this is it.
Philosophy, yeah.
So, it's like Confucius.
Yeah.
Confucius said, do not sit on your mat if it's not straight.
What?
Yeah, don't sit in your chair if it's not straight.
Why?
Because if your seat is crooked, how can you see the way you want to see?
Oh.
So make sure your chair is in the direction that you want to be in before you sit down.
Oh, I got another one. One guy come to Confucius' students, want to see Confucius. Confucius not got up yet, and this guy said, I want to ask him. Every year have 4 seasons or 3 seasons. I said 3 seasons. Some people said 4 seasons. I'm very mad. And he said, of course 4 seasons. He said, no, it's 3. And then they kind of fighting again. And the Confucius come back. Confucius look at him. Confucius said, you're right. It's a 3 season. And after he go, he very happy he go. After he go, the student asked Confucius, the 4 season, why you lie to him? He said, I don't lie. He is a grasshopper. Sorry, my English. Grasshopper. He born in the spring. He died before winter.
Oh, grasshopper.
Grasshopper.
Okay, very good. Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
Because in his life, it's no winter.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why you talk about ice for this guy?
That's very good. I like that. No, I wasn't familiar with that story. That's very good. Yeah, and again, that brings it down to perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Respect to him.
Yeah. So I just think that if we could all garner the perspective that, first of all, I'm not here forever.
Yeah.
Second of all, I would rather shake someone's hand than to get slapped by it. And I would rather someone give me a glass of water than throw it on me. If we could start thinking like that more, then we could start going, well, maybe I shouldn't be so cruel to people. Maybe I should be more open-minded. Or when someone says something that upsets me, I shouldn't take it to heart so quickly and realize that person may be having a very bad day. And he just turned on me first because he felt safe yelling at me. I tell people,
how you deal with that?
You deal with acceptance.
Oh, you don't hurt back right away?
No. That's a child. That's what a child does. A child goes, eh.
That's me.
Okay, then you're a child.
We need to change a little bit. Yeah.
If you hear something that bothers you, stop. Take a breath. Ask yourself, one, why does it bother me? Is there some truth in it to me that I'm embarrassed about? Maybe that's why it bothers you. Or maybe, I don't know, the person that said it somehow bothers you because they remind you too much of you. Or maybe they remind you of someone that you didn't like in the past. You know, so there are reasons within reasons within reasons of a thing. And as opposed to looking for those reasons, we look for the easy way out.
Okay, one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
Why some people lie for the small things even? Like what do you eat this morning, or like so small thing, who cares? Nobody cares.
Right.
But lie all the time. Why people like usually what happened to the life? I have one girlfriend like this. No, I never talk to her anymore.
She lies all the time.
And she tried to be friend again. I said no.
Okay.
I said, without you, my life is perfect. Okay, so that's what I said.
Wow.
After 7 years, she wanted to talk to me. She wanted to see me again. And
Well,
she said,
because she missed something. She knew she had something and she missed it. I think a lot of people tend to lie because, one, insecurity.
what's that mean?
They don't feel safe. What if the person felt like if they said eggs, you would say, well, you know you shouldn't eat eggs.
I don't judge that.
But a person may not know what you do or do not judge.
Oh, that means not safe for me. Oh, okay. That's okay. So she's in here, but she tell me she's in there. And then I find her in this, okay, afternoon, I find her she's in the same restaurant. I said, oh, you said you're in Canada. You're here. You lie to me. And,
So then why?
why you lie for the small thing?
Well, maybe it wasn't small to her. We got to remember perspective. You know, I'm 6'4".
Yeah,
You're 5'3".
yeah.
So
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
our perspective is different because of my height and your height. So her height emotionally. So there's something, you know what IQ is?
Yeah, IQ,
IQ?
yeah.
You know what EQ is?
Yes,
Right?
yes.
So some people's EQ don't match their IQ and vice versa. Some people are brilliant up here but a child when it comes to the heart.
You're
And
right.
some people are very mature emotionally but stupid as sin when it comes to intelligence. So that's why the master always speaks about balance. Your heart has to match your mind. And when you have that harmony, then your spirit joins it.
I understand now. But when this person comes to you again, you kind of feel waste your time, right? You don't want to spend time with her again?
Yeah. Most of us feel that way. I know I do. I don't stay around toxic people. That's what I call them. And that's your right as a human being to say, you know what, you're not healthy for me.
Yeah.
And you have every right to say that. And the person has the right to be upset about hearing that. You know, it's like you say I'm unhealthy. Wow, that's an insult. But if that's the way you feel,
You say that.
then and if you don't want to know how I feel, don't ask.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Right? You have the strength to admit when you're wrong.
Yeah, I will say that.
So you have that strength.
Yeah, I said that.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're
but
honest.
sometimes I'm honest. But sometimes I don't feel I'm wrong till several years after. Maybe I'm cooking. I say, oh my God, this is a long time ago I did something wrong.
Right.
And now I understand. But this is past a long time ago.
And that's only because your maturity level finally reached your intellect
Yeah.
and said, hey, look, you need to check this out. You said this when it was really that. And then you go, oh, wow, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Now, did you have the strength to call your people later on and go, you know what? What you said, remember those years ago you said this? You was right, I was wrong.
Well, we were broken up.
Okay, so,
So
no.
never
The answer is
find
no
that
on that.
anymore.
Okay.
Usually when we have a fighting, it's like a pretty big, and so okay, not talk you anymore. So my husband said that nobody find a friend fast like Meiqi, but nobody broken friend like Meiqi.
Is that right?
Fast. Yeah,
is that right?
fast
Oh, okay,
too.
okay. So is that something you're trying to break or resolve within yourself, or something that you're happy with?
Well, I think that something healthy. If I feel, I kind of like no middle. Okay, like either hate me or either like me. And like people say, Michi, she's okay. Nobody said that. Either say Michi, I don't like her, and either I like her very much.
You'd like that about yourself?
That's what I don't glad about them. I don't know how to deal with this.
What about how you talk?
Well, sometimes I like talk dirty words.
Okay.
And in here, a lot of Chinese people, they have really high, they pretty elegant. They talk like they talk differently.
Okay.
I'm kind of street smart.
Okay.
And I don't care those people, like.
Remember what we said about watching your words?
I know that.
So the fact that you don't watch your words tells me that you're not afraid of what you say.
I don't.
And that you speak from your heart. And I think that's great. I think that more people need to be that way. However, we need to have the strength to say, like if you say something to me and you just blah, 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 and I go, why did you just say that to me? Then you can understand, oh, maybe I said something to offend him. And then you can ask, did I offend you? And I say, yeah, that was kind of offensive. And you go, I apologize. And I say, okay, thank you. People will always try to tell you what to do, how to do it, where to do it, and when to do it. Now, for all the liberty and freedom we're supposed to have, it's not real. It's not real.
I think it's real. I love this country.
And I love this country too. I served this country, but the point is, I'm still willing to look at the truth of this country. And that's what the citizens need to do. So like, for instance, your friend talking about Trump and all this other good stuff,
Yeah.
he's terrible for people that are poor. People that are poor, he's the worst president in the world. He wanted to shut down Social Security. He wanted to shut down Medicaid. These are for old people and people that are sick. Why? Because you're rich? What is that? He turned around and made a tax break for the rich people.
I know that.
And
that's why
the
I
poor.
Don't, that's why I not. That's why I don't say I against Trump, because I saw him before, and I kind of like his personality, and he's funny, I kind of like. But for the president, I don't think he can be good president.
No.
And I see Democrats more open and care about others.
Well, here's the problem. The problem is that both parties are hypocrites. Are you familiar with the word hypocrite?
Mm-mm.
Hypocrite means two-faced.
Oh, two-faced.
Yes. Okay. So for instance, the Republicans freed the slaves.
Yes.
Right?
Lincoln.
But they hate black people. Democrats became the racists of the South when they became Dixiecrats.
Yeah.
But then they flipped the page and they said, no, we're open now, because they couldn't win an election. So you got left wing and right wing. That's what they call the parties.
Yeah.
They both fly the same bird.
Yes.
So that left wing and right wing is a lie. That's a lie.
Oh, okay. So
because they share the same body.
So that's okay. So if you vote for Trump, I vote for that's okay.
That's
because
exactly. That's
you
what this
and
country
me are
is.
different,
Yes.
but we okay. We all,
Yes.
But
So-
if you tell me what I do, that means I don't have a brain.
No. See,
Right?
I agree with you. We don't have the right to tell people what to do, because that's called imposing your will. So if I feel a certain way, I'm going to tell you what to do. No, you don't have that right.
I shut them down right away.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Now, I have the right to say, Maichi, can we do this like this? And you have the right to say yes or no.
Yeah.
But I present it to you like a question. not a demand. And once we get that common respect for each other,
We can talk.
yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Then we can talk, then we can have fun, then we can have a good time.
Right.
Because